All right, this spooky season, we are taking a look back at some of the mysteries from our hometowns.
One legend made headlines during the turn of the century, and I had the chance to talk to a local historian about the tales of the woman in black. The streets of downtown Roanoke hold many stories, from floods to festivals, violence, and growth.
There's a lot that happens in those decades that's still with us today. And so for that reason alone, history is always relevant.
Historians like Nelson Harris have a fascination uncovering the major milestones and minute details of the past.
And so anytime I can kind of season the more dry history with these kind of anecdotal stories, then I think it creates a better and deeper appreciation for history in general.
One of those stories that adds a little flavor to Roanoke's past centers around the headlines found in newspapers more than 100 years old.
An old Roanoke Times back in 1902, this little headline, and then of course I got sucked in immediately and started reading it and found out that, wow, this was quite a phenomena that year in this part of the state, and it was not just Roanoke, but involved other communities as well.
A woman in black. Over the span of 9 months, copy printed from Bristol, Roanoke, Bluefield, Tazewell, and Lynchburg mentioned the same paranormal phenomena.
All of the reports were almost identical, that we had an apparition of a woman dressed totally in black, long black dress, black coat, black veil covering the lower part of her face, and a black turban-like headdress.
The ghostly figure would follow men home late at night, with articles reporting bullets flying through her unharmed and her ability to disappear suddenly.
And all of these men are reputable, and so it really does make you think, this had a certain realness to it, that this is like actually legitimate experiences that these men are having.
In his digging, Harris says there's no clear reason why this woman would have popped up in these cities through those 9 months in 1902. But he believes the mystery helps keep this legend alive.
The paranormal, the mysterious, the unexplained, anything that's kind of beyond the realm of the explainable always has a pull to it.
And despite dressing in all black, this woman leaves a little extra color on the history of this city and our region. Okay, so this was a lot of fun to kind of dive into, uncover a little bit more. Harris, clearly, he was going through that newspaper and found the headlines, but you might be wondering, okay, did she hurt these men? What happened?
What was her point?
There was no point. It sounds like she just followed them home. And so some people are saying maybe she was trying to hurry these men home who might have made other stops instead of going straight back to their wives or their families. There's also other questions about, Natalie, who was this lady?
Yeah.
They're saying maybe she was a mistress who was killed and is coming back to maybe have some revenge on these men, scare them on their way homes, or maybe she was somebody who died at a train wreck and is making stops in those railroad towns. So again, lots of questions, lots of myths, and of course lots of fun diving into it.
Yeah, because it was interesting how it was in different cities all in the Southwest Virginia.
Yep.
So that's interesting about the train.
Maybe taking it all the way up, who knows?
Yeah, interesting. That's so fascinating.